Min-maxing, power gaming, munchkin. These are the concepts for using rules or guides to make the absolute most powerful character that you can. Usually maximizing how much damage a character is capable of doing. These can be cool, sometimes even clever. The problem is, they will make your character weaker. Hey everybody, my name is Matthew. Welcome to Universal Game Master, a channel where we talk about tips and tricks for running and playing in role-playing games. I hear you. My character's not weak. I can now do 200 points of damage every single round. It's a guide or build that I found on YouTube. And it's not cheating because it's all by the rules. Good for you. Your character is now weaker. A lot of you already know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna prove it to you right now. The Game Master has to keep challenging you and your party. If you can steamroll every single encounter by now dealing these 200 points of damage every single round, the Game Master is going to have to increase the power level of the encounters. If they wanted one of their encounters to last 4 rounds, and they realize that you can now do this 200 extra points of damage every single turn, they're now maybe just going to add 800 hit points to the monster. Hit points can be a little bit more abstract. Let's go with a more concrete, solid example. You have a character that is amazingly good at stunning enemies. You've taken the class, the perks, the perfect background to now be a stun master. You can walk into an encounter and stun lock an enemy to the point where they don't ever get a turn. Pew pew, bop bop. You stun everything all the time now because of your great build. Well, now your Game Master is going to have to challenge you somehow. Maybe you have a few encounters that you roll on through, stunning everything, but now he's going to throw things at you that are immune to stun. Ghosts, plants, robots. All of them now are just immune to stun. Did you see what happened there? You went from having an ability that you were really good at to now it's worthless. But Matthew, I power game because everybody else at the table does it. Then none of this is a surprise to you. Everybody understands that the GM is going to have to make and build more and more challenging encounters. More power to all of y'all. If you want to be level 8 taking on waves of vampire dinosaurs, great, go nuts. Have I ever done that? I should write that down. Write that down. But Matthew, I have to min-max. The GM keeps throwing really powerful encounters at us, and I feel like my characters are gonna die all the time. I have to squeeze every advantage that I can out of a build or system. I feel this on a very personal level. This is probably falling into the realms of an adversarial DM. Same advice I'm going to give over and over again. Talk with them. Talk with your table. Maybe none of the other players feel this way. Maybe the GM didn't realize that the encounters seemed so deadly all the time. There's a chance nobody else feels this way. However, maybe the last few levels have indeed gotten away from the GM and the table at large, and the arms race is afoot. Maybe collectively, everybody needs to scale it back a bit. The game runner and all the people at the table. You won't know unless you have a conversation. There is a time and a place for these ridiculous builds. One-shots are a great opportunity to go ham. Please don't surprise your GM with one of these builds. Let them know you're going to do it ahead of time. They will probably be okay with it if you just talk with them about it. But if you drop the crazy combo on them, middle of the game as they're trying to, make a story happen, they might not be quite as understanding. And if you want to do the ridiculous combo one time in a campaign, just ask the GM. I would like to do this once. Work out a time that one time during the campaign, you get to do the ridiculous thing. Because again, we're all playing to have fun. Let them know you just want to do the absurd thing once. to really get a feel for what it's like to go bonkers with some sort of obscene combination. And especially if your GM does let you do this, make sure you thank them afterwards, because putting up with a bunch of flying T-Rexes all over the battlefield can be a lot to handle. So don't forget to thank your GM for letting you do the fun thing. Another thing I say all the time, make an interesting character. Don't just try to make a build or a concept. Making a character with a lot more personality as opposed to just rules or ridiculous multi-classing will make a much more rich and enjoyable experience as you're playing through a campaign. But maybe you hadn't really thought about the arms race, the escalation of things being more and more difficult. Maybe you've accidentally found yourself in this position where you realized you made something that's a little bit too broken, a little bit too powerful. Here I am saying it another time in the same video. Talk with your GM. Both of you can come to an agreement on how to scale back how powerful your character is while still making them feel powerful. That's what's very important, making them feel like they are powerful. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope that you find good one-shots to run the ridiculous combos and the min-maxed characters, but for a campaign, I challenge you to make those interesting characters, not focused on the rule sets, not focused on the builds that you find out there. Have fun with it, and of course, until next time, you GM, you hate having your hair cut, so you don't let me cut your hair for very long. It's true, you guys. I cut her hair for a little bit, and then she goes, "Okay, Matthew, that's enough. No more hair cutting for now. Give me my treat. I'm done."